What is up, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Random 2v2. Today, we're going to be doing some hardcore cheeses, because I was thinking, I've done a lot of stupid builds, right, in 2v2, but I've never really gone for the most cheesy, just like straight up, proxy 3 racks, proxy gate. I've done some cannon rushes, I guess, but that is really about it. Cool. Marauders at 3. I will proxy hatch. So this game, I'm going to go for a Spinecrawler Rush. I think I might have done a version of this before, but it was mostly kind of like macro proxies, I guess. Like at some point I had the phase where I was proxy hatching both the opponent players. I remember that. But today, I'm really just going to be going for hardcore cheese every single game. I was a little bit inspired by my speedrunning SE2 episode, right? And now we're going to see if I can make that happen in 2v2. Now, obviously, in 2v2, putting a time limit on the game is a little strange because I don't know what my teammate's gonna do. Now, he said he's gonna go for Marauders at 3, which I'm not sure if that's like a... I don't even know what that means, actually. Marauders at 3. I guess it's gonna be Tech Lab first, and then he's gonna walk 2 Marauders with shells across. I was initially thinking that he would probably go for... It's 2 barracks. Okay, then it would be Proxy 2 barracks or something. Okay, so he's actually just gonna run Marauders across the map. What do I need to do to help him? Probably... if they let me make queens from this, right? It's also possible they pull workers to kill it, of course, but making queens from that. So we have anti-air, because he's not going to have it with Marauders. That sounds like a pretty good idea. What are they, by the way? Protoss random. Okay, what would I like the other guy to be? I don't know, actually. Definitely not Zerg, because that would counter the Marauders too hard. So as long as it's not Zerg, I would say that it's okay. We haven't seen an Overlord yet, I believe. Wait, is maybe this guy? No, that's the... yeah, that's not the random player. Oh, no. Okay, well, we can't do this anymore then. That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily that bad of a build order because that looks like a 12 pool to me. So I think we're going to be fine economically. But that sucks for me, and that means that my teammate can't really do anything Marauder-based. I'm just going to cancel this as late as possible because that's annoying for him, right? That was the idea there. Okay, let's see if I can take this gas as well, just to kind of keep tabs on what's going on. There we go. It's a lot of links. Let me just type it to him in caps lock. Actually, this time it fit because it was urgent. Did lose that drone in the end. Let's see what Mr. Protoss is up to. Anything suspicious? And then I think we're kind of good for now. I suppose that I also go for a link flood. What's scary about that, guys, is because I am going to make only links. The opponent might make Bane links, okay? Which means that I would rely on my teammate target firing the Bane links. And if he doesn't, we're going to be in trouble. Now, this is a really good trade, first of all, because the Marauders are shooting. Doesn't have concussive shells yet. I'm just going to make sure to rally links together with him. Probably make another queen from this hatchery as well. Haven't seen anything yet in the Protoss base. I was kind of hoping that we would get to see a Stargater or something, but that's not the case. Now, we can just go forward here exactly. He has shells now, so maybe... oh, good target fire, actually. Managed to get 2 links over there. Okay, I'm just going to spam links. And then we can go across. I believe I already made an Overlord. Inject just popped, so that would be perfect timing indeed. There you go. And then, yeah, I mean, I can't make queens anymore, but I can flood a million links. I'm going to cancel this queen so I can make a 3rd hatchery instead. I think it's a good idea. So my teammate is straight up going for mass Marauders from 2 barracks, followed by a 3rd Rax. I hope he gets stim at some point. I don't know if he will, but I mean, I guess we'll see. Now I'm going to make a couple drones. I'll just make sure to sneak a couple drones in here and there. There's a 3rd base. That is his natural, actually, I'm pretty sure. Okay, look at this. Yeah, so now I just need to make sure to protect my teammate from the opponent's links. He's target firing the Stalkers, which is really nice. But yeah, here defensive advantage is really kicking in pretty hardcore. Now, the opponent Zerg does not have drones, so that is one thing. Maybe I can try and snipe if there's at least one here. There were 2. Let me just make sure to go around and kill that. I mean, it's so little drones he has that any drones I can kill is going to be very, very nice for us. I have 3 more drones than him at this point. The problem is that Mr. Protoss is pretty far ahead of my Terran. Too late. I did my best, my friend. I mean, going for a couple of Marauders across the map against a 12-pool link flood is always going to be a little tricky. If he goes forward, oh, this could be a very nice catch. This could be massive, actually. Looks like, yeah, he's gonna... oh, look at that. Yeah, we actually caught him. Okay, so now we're gonna get to fight 2 against 1. We're gonna absolutely smash this guy's army. And now I think we can go across again. At this point, there could... oh, look at this. Wow, okay, nice. There could totally be something else, like DTs on the way is the first thing I'm thinking of. Gonna sneak a couple more drones in here. My teammate hopefully No, he does not have stim. It just started. I saw it and I was like, oh, maybe he did actually start stim. That would have been nice. Yeah, okay, this Protoss player is 100% sus. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna make a couple spines over here. There's a Void Ray out. Oh, it could be a Skytos guy. Now, we have a couple Marines here, which is going to be nice. I just need to make sure that I help my teammate whenever the opponent goes for it. Exactly, here we go. He was trying to get the Marines. I have more links than him, so I can go in it for sure. He was actually making drones behind this, but I need my teammates' Marauders here. If my teammates' Marauders are not here, this is going to be an inefficient fight. Here you go. Please help me out with those units. That would be great. Make a couple more drones here, I think, as well. Yeah, look, this fight is really, really nice. Everything is going to die here that we have to the Void Rays. But we got some damage in. I have way more queens and way more drones, I wanted to say, than Mr. Zerg. So now I just have to make sure that I don't die. How can I do that? I'm not 100% sure yet, actually. I think I need more queens. Teammate's going to get stim on. Oh, he did actually make another CC. That is fantastic to see. Very, very happy with that. And now the question is, are we in a good enough position? Because we did a lot of damage to Mr. Zerg. He was not making drones all that time, of course, right? Because he was busy making Zerglings. Now let me ping this for him so he knows to send his units there. I don't know how many links it is. Actually, not that many links. Okay, so we're kind of chilling for now. Now, the problem here is, guys, that Mr. Protoss is very likely going for Skytos. And for Skytos, you need a pretty good economy to be able to stop it for the most part. So I think, first of all, I'm going to make some more queens so I can buy time for my teammate to get back up online. Also, I'm going to check for some hidden bases over there. Yeah, exactly. Oh, double hidden base by that. Well, not really super hidden, right? I think there's a base. Is there a base over here? Or where did he actually get that? Hey, I need to bring my queens over here for sure. I do have the Spore Crawlers, of course. Managed to deny that base. That is great. Okay. Okay, Void Rays are over here. Looks like... Actually, I'll just make a wave of drones here. I think it's a good idea. Didn't manage to find anything here. Is the base over there? Might be able to get one if you micros that perfectly. Doesn't look like it. Void Ray is quite fast. Wait, so where were those drones going? There's no base over there? What the heck? I mean, that is incredibly confusing. Okay. Is that actually what he did? Did he just rally drones across the map by accident and completely mind-gamed me with them? I think the answer is yes. I think that's exactly what happened. Okay. So I'm just going to keep building links. I need my teammate to... I hope he doesn't have upgrades. No, he doesn't have upgrades on that. Okay. I need my teammate to help me out at the front. I mean, I'm fine, honestly, but it's just a very efficient fight if he does help me. That's kind of the thing. That's a really nice little wrap around here. He's going to try to target down the hatchery. Interesting play here. If my teammate helps, that'd be great. I don't think... Oh, man, now I wish I spread creep at some point. It would have been great. The Spore Crawler is going to pop off. Okay, there we go. That is great. Lings are still alive at the front. Alive and well. Where are my queens? Yeah, they're just a little bit too slow. Because I don't have creep. That's obviously my bad. I'm going to make a couple of extra spores over here. Another one here as well. Very happy to see Void Rays, by the way. Because Void Rays are really bad against bio. So that's going to make this game a lot nicer for us, I think. I'm going to get a nice little bit of counter damage here. There's a couple of banelings. I don't mind the banelings too much. Actually, not the best hits by those banelings as well. Yeah, I'm absolutely ravaging this base now. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, so my teammate cleared up the entire army. These drones can go back to work. Now, let's see. Don't want to walk into a couple of banelings there. That would be cry-worthy. Now, for now, I think we're actually doing pretty fine. I'm going to make another wave of drones. My teammate's army is massive, and once again... If the opponent went for carriers, for example, that would have been devastating. But Void Rays are really just not that scary against bio. Like, they can win, right? Like, it's not like they're absolutely useless, but it's really not the best ever. Now, he has a couple carries over here. Okay, those Bailings didn't do anything. Let me click one Bailing over there, and now we can just go in. Thing is, he doesn't have that many carriers yet, so he can kill the interceptors as well. He manages to focus fire down the first carrier, which is really, really well done. This base is entirely cooked. His army is going to get cleaned up at some point, by the way. That is for sure, because the army that he has is very red and bruised. Sucks for me that he had the battery over there, but it is what it is. I'm just going to try to do some damage over here while my teammate goes in. I think that's the best idea. Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of workers here. Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm going to make a lair just in case my teammate is not going to manage to get enough bio units out against the air army at some point. I mean, everyone's had it at some point if you played StarCraft, where you play against Skytos and you're absolutely owning them, and then at some point they get 5 carriers and you somehow still get A moved. So just for that possibility, I am gonna get my lair, but they do indeed surrender. And there we go. Okay, this game was absolutely ridiculous. My opponent went for a super early pull against my proxy hatch. Then he took this hatchery instead. I don't think this was a... Was this a 12 pool? 14 drones. Yeah, it actually does look like it. I really don't know my timings that well. I feel like this build order should have been so bad for us, but the reason why it was okay is because the opponent's builds were disjointed, right? Like, this guy went for a very early pull, really tried to kill us, and his teammate was not doing that at all. He was going to go for the macro Stargate. That way, we were able to get some fortunate trades, even though the build order really could not have been worse for us. Going Marauder Rush and Proxy Hatch against an early pull Link Flood has to be one of the worst builders you could ever get in a 2v1. And then the Void Ray as well against the Marauders, but we got it done. Let's get to game number 2. Okay, game number 2 is with my Zerg opponent as teammate against a Protoss and a Terran. Now, let's see. I got Terran this time. You know, I've actually been wondering about Terran proxies in 2v2 for a while. Specifically because of the 2v2 circuit, because I like to experiment with, you know, different teammates like Protoss, Terran, Zerg, right? And cheesy playstyles. And I feel like I haven't seen a lot of Terran proxies. So I am very curious to see how it's going to work. Now, my teammate got Zerg again, just like last time. Terran Protoss. I guess Proxy 2x Marauder should be pretty good. Especially if my teammate would cheese as well, which he's quite likely to do based on the last game. Let's see, what are my... I don't even know what my bases are. Probably this gold one in the middle. I did make a couple too many SCVs for Proxy Marauder, but that's okay. It's a freaking massive map, by the way. You guys have rightfully been complaining about this map. I feel you. This map is just... It's just too dark. Like, it's not a pleasant map to look at, that is for sure. Okay. I could put my gamma all the way up every single time I get this map, but instead I just endure, I guess. But it's indeed... It's not you. The map is indeed too dark. What did I feel like I did something. Should I make the depot? Before? Probably, right? Like, 2 Marauders are 4 supply. I guess I can wait a little bit with the depot. You don't want to spend the money too early so you can keep your SCV mining for a little bit longer. Now, this build, the reason I'm doing it against this combo is because Marauders are both good against Protoss and Terran. In fact, I would like to do this build while my teammate macros. I'm very interested in that one. So that it looks like that's what he's doing. That's a very interesting one, actually. Because I should be able... Like, look at this, right? I can fly my barracks at some point. I can damage this entire wall. And my teammate can just be macroing behind it. Now, how do I do this exactly? I think I make a depot over here, right? Making a depot at home. Yeah, I didn't even think about it before. It's kind of stupid, actually. Because I can just use one of those. Now, I think I make concussive shells. And then I skip SCVs for a little bit. Just so I can get these next couple Marauders out. Teammate, he's going for a fast lair. Okay, I don't like that part that much. The reason why I don't is because that means he's not going to have a queen. So if a Reaper enters, we're just going to get tortured by it. I mean, he can make links to deal with. He hasn't made a single link yet. Oh, man. Okay, I do not like the synergy for my teammate here so far, but that is okay. Obviously, he's pretty busy with his own build and stuff. Can't read my mind, so it's all good. I guess I might as well make another depot over here. I don't think I need both SCVs. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Let's see if they have a bunker. I would expect one. Oh, it's a Stalker on the outside. That is not what you want, my friend. Oh, what a start. Look at that. It looks beautiful. In fact, I don't even need to fly my barracks. If the bunker was here, I would have I can kill everything here. Holy, this is brutal. Look at that. You do not want to fight against that, bro. Trust. I do like the idea that he's gonna wait on top of the ramp, though. That is well done. I'm just gonna target fire those Marines if I can. I think I got another one there. I did lose one Marauder for it, though. Okay, I'm gonna go for a scan, target fire another Marine. Gonna get the SCV as well. Now we're gonna be killing the bunker. Yeah, this is a really cool strat here. My teammate is most likely, I wanna guess. Wait, he lost every single Marine? Oh, I thought he had one left. Oh, that's an oopsie. I like that he's still making, like, batteries and stuff here, because everything is just gonna die anyway, like, pretty much instantly, right? Now, let's see. I'm gonna walk in here. I'm gonna target fire the battery first. He intended to wall me out there, but I was gonna go for the battery first anyway. So he wouldn't be able to. He's going to try to wall me out again. This time it's not going to work. There we go. Now we just walk in. The reason why I have to go for it is because there's a tech lab on that. So even now, I'm just going to fight through the probes. He might finish at eBay because he's not paying attention anymore. Yeah, look. Hey, this shot... I mean, I don't even need my teammate to do anything here, really. Because I'm pretty much winning this game alone right now. But oh my goodness, this looks powerful. I can kill this target as well. I think I might go for the pylons unless he pulls the probes. Yeah, so he's going to fight. Then I'll just make sure to kill every single worker over here. Oh, that is not what you want to do with that C-Stand. Can I kill it before it shoots? Yeah, we actually got it. Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, so the Void Ray is going to finish. Or is it an Oracle? It looks like I don't... for some reason, my brain was telling me to not pay attention to it too much. I just go for the attack over here. Made a Widow Mine from the second factory. I mean, these guys are just absolutely cooked. I know I'm going to lose every single Marauder over here, but he's just absolutely cooked. Prismatic Alignment is going to take care of those dudes very, very fast. Protoss player really doesn't have anything left. And the Terran player is also in absolute shambles. They are pretty dead. And just letting him know. Yeah, look, the mutas are already out. Well, the Void Ray, just so he knows. Shouldn't be anything else out there. Oh, I didn't even remember that I had that. Now, my follow-up... Actually, maybe this would be a better follow-up. Yeah, we're just going to go for that because it's cool. Let's see if it works out. So I'm going to go Cyclones behind it, right? And then I'm going to go 3CC. And I'm not going to fly my barracks home. Oh, look at this. The scout. Yeah, he's going to see the mutas now. And he's going to be very sad. He's going to be like, oh my goodness. I was happy that I survived that guy's cheese just now. And then dude shows up with freaking 6 mutas or whatever that was. Yeah, he's going to have to make Phoenixes now. It's not going to be pleasant at all. Maybe what I could do on this map is actually fly both of the barracks in the back base too. Yeah, there's a Phoenix. This is just what you do. Phoenixes have to fly away. You have to kite all the time. Every single worker is going to die. Let me get the gases on my natural. And this is exactly why I wanted to see a macro build. Oh, okay, honestly, with this game, if my teammate went for a Link Flood, we would have killed them 100%. But I wasn't really supposed to do that much damage, right? I was supposed to very slowly kill the wall and then kill a bunch of workers, and then my units would die. Instead, I killed, like, the wall and maybe, like, 30 workers in total or something, if you calculate in the Terran workers that I killed at the start, too. And then... Oh, man. Disgusting. This was really... He didn't even have a base? Okay, all this time I thought that, you know, even though I was doing so much damage, they both had a base over here. The Terran didn't even have a base, and I still did that. Oh my, that is disgusting. Well, first experiment of the Terran proxies looks pretty freaking good. I think you can say that. Teammate strategy was fantastic behind it too. Would have been nice to see it play out even more, I guess, how it should, right? That I get a good amount of damage, but not that ridiculous, and then we can see how strong my teammates' follow-up would have been, and I think it would have been very strong. Also like the idea of flying the barracks over here, because I would have been able to send Cyclones to the front. Teammates should have map control at the front no matter what, Lynx or Mutas or whatever, and then I can rally Marines in here and be even more annoying. Anyway, beautiful game number 2. Let's keep it going. Game number 3 is with a Protoss player against a Protoss and a random. Judging by the tooltip here, we did get Zerg. Now, I think I'll just go for another proxy hatch, because why not? And this time, I mean, we didn't get to do it in the first game, right? I'm going to go for another Spine Rush. Hopefully, their random player is not Zerg this time. So then we actually get a chance to execute it. Again, Zerg proxy hatch is actually, or Spine Rush has actually been pretty decent for me, if you guys have seen those videos. The problem is that in 2v2, so often they cheese. In 1v1 as well, by the way. And if it's like a 12 pool or... any kind of pool first, I want to say, it just falls flat on its face, sadly. So we're gonna have to see. This map does look nice for Spine Rushes because you can contain them fully on this really small ramp. Another instance of a map/style where it would be good for my teammate to do a macro follow-up. It's Zerg again. Oh man. Not getting fortunate today, but that's alright. I do like the challenge. Okay, let's see. Is he gonna follow me around? He is gonna follow me around. Where should I put it? That's the question. I'm going to get hit by this probe, exactly, and then I'm just going to put it right down here. This is hopefully going to cause a little bit of panic. Maybe, actually, in this case, in 2v2, workers... Oh, my teammate's cannon rushing as well. Okay, I'm going to switch it up a little bit here, actually. And I'm going to go for no gas instant pull. Because... since my teammate is also going for an attack, I want to be able to attack faster, right? So I'm going to skip the gas, go for the instant pull, send 2 drones across the map, and try to do this with a Link Flood kind of thing. Now, okay, wait, this is actually going to be a legendary tier distraction. Now, what I'm thinking about here is that, should I still send the drones across? Because they're going to go for the kill on that. I'm just going to do it. Fork it. I mean, keep in mind, I can build... if he finishes this hatchery, I can build spines on his creep and then walk them into the main base. Something told me this was the better way to go about it, but I guess we'll see about that. Very happy about this guy taking a Nexus, by the way. Dude, this hatchery is such a legendary distraction. I didn't even realize the freaking cannons are right there. Look at this. That hatchery is going to finish for that reason. I'm just going to cancel this, make an evolution chamber there to continue the distractions. And now what I can do, exactly, is... Oh, this is so cool. I can make 2 spines over here. then I do want to cancel this and rebuild it. Because, let me just make sure he doesn't see that. Good probe micro there, by the way. Very, very good. Now I can put it here again, and then I'm going to have the creep. I don't think he saw that. No, he didn't. Then I'm going to have the creep to put the spines down there. Did he see it? Oh, they did see the probe, I think. Huh. Or maybe they were just paying attention earlier. That's also possible, of course. So I'm going to get 2 spines out here. I think it's actually completely fine that those cannons didn't go through. In fact, it would probably be better for him to try and cannon rush somewhere further up. Now, when is the creep gonna run out? That's the question. Okay, one of these is gonna be able to go over here. I got a bunch of Zerglings coming in. I can use those to surround the Stalker, exactly. Oh, barely not. I'm just gonna run this into the base. Fork it. That's so stupid. He's trying to block my spine from entering his base. Have you guys seen this before? I want to guess that you probably have not. We actually got the spine up here. I'm going to get a surround on that Stalker. Look at that. Stalker's actually surrounded. I don't know if it's going to fall right away, though, unfortunately. And I'm just going to target fire this down. Move my other spine as well. Let me target fire this Stalker. There we go. The Stalker does fall. Did I make the base already? I did make a base. I think it's a good time for me to make another base even. Okay, so this spine is chilling. I want to put the spine down here, by the way. I do not want the spine to be up in the main base. I think that wouldn't be a good idea. Now, it sucks that my teammate didn't get any more far cannons up. It would have been very nice if he did. Yeah, those cannons are not going to be able to reach. I think I'm going to target fire the Stalker instead. It's a more valuable target for now. It's going to help my teammate get his cannons online as well. Now, I got a couple Zerglings over here. Could maybe barely not going to block that one. Now, I do have a thingy over here. I think it would make sense for me to start droning behind this. Like, keep in mind, my teammate is also all in, right? Like, I haven't seen anything here yet. He does have 2 gateways, but besides that, he doesn't have that much. Let me just make sure to target fire this one down. I'm gonna spread creep over here. Oh, he's gonna go for a run by, maybe. Yeah, then I'm gonna have to make a bunch of links at home, I guess. We'll go for that. Let's try and save this one. If he's gonna get trapped, that would be beautiful. Okay, can we get... Oh, that is actually a very nice trap, but the battery healing is just a little bit too much, I'm afraid. Okay, there we go. He's targeting firing the queen again. Let me run that away. Put down the creep tumor. Dude, these lings are popping off so hard right now. I think I have barely enough lings at home as well. These lings are also... I can't believe he's going for that base of all the things he could have gone for. Let me move these back real quick. Actually, I can target fire this pylon since I think the Zerg is probably paying attention on the other side instead. I think I'm barely going to win this fight. Looks like it's very, very close. Barely... Oh! Okay, that link barely survived just a little bit longer than I wanted to. Now I have a creep tumor on this base. I'm going to put out another one right there. Let me make sure to cancel that as soon as I can. It looks like my teammate has helped me, and now we're going to make another wave of drones. Even if... Actually, I don't want to be making drones from here, right? I could make a couple more spines, but realistically, not going to be the best idea ever. Now, I do have a decent amount of links on the follow-up. Should I make the 2 extra spines? I mean, I do have creep over here. Now, I think my teammate has enough defense. Yeah, you guys can go home. That is a Nidus... Oh, here. Okay, very interesting place for a Nidus, I have to say. Could have just gone for the main base as well. I think that would have been a good idea, but instead he just goes for that. Okay, they have a bunch of links coming home, but I think they're going to be a little bit too late. I don't have transfuse for that yet. Let me just start making a million drones, I think. Okay, so this Nidus is going to fall pretty shortly. Keep in mind, I do have another base as well. Even if we do lose that, it's not going to be the biggest deal. In fact, I don't think we're going to lose it, actually. Yeah, it looks like this base is going to stay alive. He's making a spine in my base with a freaking Nidus right now. Okay, he's popping out the links, but they're coming out one by one. So that's actually very favorable for me. So that is going to die. I'm just going to put as many creep tumors as possible on this, guys. Look at this. There's like a little island over here where I'm just going to put out a million creep tumors. Now, I do really need to get speed out. That's the biggest problem of all this. I'm going to go across with those links just because it's very good against Stalker Immortal. Is it too many, though? I think it is probably too many, right? He's going to take a 3rd base, looks like. Okay, very interesting. Let me make a bunch of links. Maybe a couple links over here as well. Just so Actually, I don't want to make creep, because then it's going to help his Zerglings as well. And then we can start building drones again. Okay, so this base is going to fall pretty much instantly, of course. There we go. Let me just send some links around the map. Now, when I get speed, I'm going to feel so much more comfortable here. Teammate does have a Nexus up. I mean, their Protoss player is 1000% the strongest player in this lobby right now. There's no doubt about it. My economy is in absolute shambles, of course. And my teammates is... Well, I wouldn't say similarly in shambles, but it's close enough. He's going to go for double void. Actually, okay, that combination is nuts, though. Maybe, okay, I was trying to block his Immortal there with the Creep Tumor. That would have been pretty legendary. Not going to happen, sadly. I'm just going to make a wave of drones. Zergling Void Ray? is gonna go pretty hard against Stalker Immortal. Let me tell you guys that, okay? Void, that's gonna be quite nice. The creep tumors are obviously gonna get cleaned up pretty soon. Actually, look, I thought he had an observer already, but he did it. That's so funny. Oh, his charge. Ooh, charge? Okay, that's a little scary. I don't know if I can put a creep tumor here without the Zealot aggroing. I'm not 100% sure about that. Zergling speed is on the way. But it's obviously not done. I do not care about this base, I don't think. I might as well put down a creep tumor here and run for now. Yeah, okay, well, there's the Nidus. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I knew I was going to lose it anyway. He needs to be very careful with those Void Rays, by the way. Please be careful. Now, that's so funny. He's making a Spore Crawler so he can see my creep tumors. Not even his teammate going for an Observer or anything, though. He's making a Spore Crawler. Okay, there's a lot of links here. I can obviously fight against that. No problem whatsoever. Okay, yeah, let's see how good the target fire is going to be. Okay, if he gets a target fire right, we are going to be honestly chilling. The splits are quite good, honestly, so far. Really nothing to complain about on the micro front, and there we go. Okay, that was a very good start. Now he's going to blink in, and I have to fight the Stalkers no matter what. Okay, this is actually popping off really hard. Look at that. Oh no, his battery is just out of range of that. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I mean, the thing is, guys, their Zerg player really does not have anything. I'm going to bring my 2 queens down here as well. Let me make sure. I'm going to ping his Zealot for him so he knows this is a really nice fight. If I can get the Immortal, that's going to really put a damper on this push for them. So the Immortal is going to die. Now, there are a couple Banelings, but obviously those Banelings would lose against my Queens here. Let's see, I'm just going to target fire those one by one. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that was a misclick there. Still going to get out somewhat. Yeah, we actually do get out. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I clicked on. Maybe like an Overlord or something, but it was decent enough in the end. And make sure to inject this hatchery. I can make a couple more queens. If my teammate just has a little bit more, like 2 Void Rays on the way. He does have 2 Void Rays on the way. Let me ping those for him so he knows it's there. I mean, I do have 2 queens with transfuses as well. We're going to be so strong against the Stalkers here. I'm just going to try to... please kill that for me. Thank you. There's an Archon. Ooh, those Archons are going to be very, very painful for my units in particular. Okay, I'm just going to try and get on top of the Stalkers. It really is the only thing I can do here. Oh, it doesn't have an energy recharge for that battery, looks like. And I think the Protoss player has pretty much done it. Admittedly, the Zerg player also put in a sizable amount of work with those Banelings. That was a really good call. As you can see, he really did not have anything. 25 supply with absolutely no money, but the Protoss defended well enough, and he deserves an applause there because that was very, very good. Now, I still think this strategy that we did totally could have worked and even better. I mean, I do think it worked. Like, maybe the follow-up from us was a little bit rocky. Now I know how this game... I mean, I just really wasn't expecting the Nidus. So I was looking at the front, kind of, you know, finding when the threat was going to happen. But then the links came in unexpectedly fast. I could have just not made this base and fully saturate this. And then I would have had way more money. Make a couple spines over here. And then I think we're actually okay. I mean, right now, it looks okay. At the end, it obviously was completely over because he had this base as well, right? Maybe I should have gotten speed a little bit earlier as well. Like, he had so many workers, actually. It's kind of crazy. Like, we stopped him from taking a 3rd base, but he had so many freaking workers. So yeah, really well played by the Protoss player. Still think the cheese worked, but that's going to be it for today. Really fun episode. A lot of crazy, chaotic cheeses. Last one looked incredibly strong. First game was absolute chaos. This game was absolute chaos with a lot of fun. And that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.